Hello there.
Hello. Good morning to all the people watching on the live stream and watching on the replay. We have a special topic today. I'm really interested on what's happening in the new normal, no? Particularly in the US because you
Mhm.
guys have like 100 million vaccinations already, and the economy is starting to open up. There are still challenges. So, ano bang what's happening, no? What's happening? We wanted to get Nancy's thoughts on the different trends. So we'll be talking about like 15 trends, and if you have some ideas, please join us in this discussion this morning on lifestyle trends in the new normal, particularly in the US, that could happen also here in the Philippines and around the world. My name is Antonias, founder of Our Awesome Planet, and we're talking to Nancy
Reyes.
Reyes Lumen.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here, talking to us, and thank you for talking to. All right. Good morning. If you wanted to join the discussion, just share with us in the comment section. Kamusta, Nancy? How are you?
Okay naman, ngayon, more people are eating out and but we're still wearing masks. It became already a second phase.
Talaga, second
Yeah.
nature na rin and hindi na wawala, no? Kahit na
Siguro.
vaccinated ka,
Hmm?
kahit vaccinated na yung mga tao, they don't.
Oo, yung iba, they hindi takot pa rin sila eh. Pero that's why, or either that or became a habit na. So when we enter a place, a restaurant, a supermarket, we're always with a mask.
Yeah. Maybe can you do a short intro, and where are you live streaming from, Nancy, for those people who are just tuning into the live stream?
I'm right now in Houston, Texas with my husband, Bob Lumen. And I've been here since 2019. And I've decided to stay here to weather out the COVID here and there. And it's been a very tumultuous time for me, as well as showered with blessings also. So in both places, my heart goes to the Philippines and also here to the people here in America. We are praying for America.
Yes. All right. So, thank you, Nancy. And we'll be talking about yun nga, ano bang what's trending in the US, or what are you observing, and from my point of view also. So we have a list, no? We'll
Yeah.
start let's start with the first one. Okay.
Pero Anton,
So,
I just
yes.
interject. Before we know that sometimes we have to be aware. We should know what was normal then, and then what.
Oo.
So that when we talk about the trends now, you might be able to see a big difference or a slight difference. And normally, pag may slight difference, that means it's already creeping into the mainstream. That's just what I wanted to say. Diba?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm really interested with your point of view, Nancy's. Nancy, no? and and we'll share this with everybody watching on the live stream and watching on the replay. Okay, game. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's start with your first one. So, this list came from Nancy. So we'll just be showing photos and we'll talk about it. Okay. The first one, Nancy.
Mhm. Dogs are the new children.
Yes. Bakit? Hindi ba before pandemic marami ng dogs na rin? I mean, it's getting into the
More,
families.
more so now. I mean, rather than having children, they would rather have a pet.
Talaga? Why?
Well, first, there's no more danger, or even if the pet will get COVID. By the way, the vaccines are available also to pets here. Hello.
Talaga.
Yes. Yeah. In select states pa, hindi pa siguro ano. Siguro andun sila they're in the sometime in the end of the chain, but they're still there. They're being considered. Also there's a lot of people who are considering the budget, the living, the means of living, livelihood now, and it's so hard to find a job now, and relying only on welfare or on the stimulus checks that are coming in. But it's always easy to have a pet, especially dogs. And there's so many adoption centers here. What I've
Okay.
noticed is that um, dog care, dog love, dog grooming has become almost human-like. There's already dati you'll only see dog pellets, right? In
Oo, yes.
Now meron ng fresh homemade dogs or calming food for dogs.
For
Hello, bata
dogs.
stress ba? Oo. Or so much percent for dogs who are on a diet. So and then I'd hear people, oh, I'm putting him on a diet, or he was stressed for a while, but now he's okay. Or
Mhm.
he needs a companion, so I'm getting him another dog. So in other words, humanistic na yung nangyayari sa mga pet. There's a good
Oo.
and a bad side of it, di ba?
Oo.
But people are more prone to having dogs as
Dogs.
children.
Is that limited to dogs ba or including cats
More
and
of dogs
other
than
pets?
cats. More of
More
dogs
on dog.
than cats. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's because dogs can also provide protection if needed by their barking. Cats don't care who you are. They don't care about any problem you masarili ang ano. But the sad thing is, um, I don't know if I should mention it, but sometimes in lieu of children, or if some might have children, there's also the abortion. They would they find it as a solution to not having children anymore and
Mm.
having pets. But that's so much.
Oo, that's a dark side of what's happening naman.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So dogs being the new children means that couples now would rather have dogs first, test the waters, test how they can live as a family, maybe have a doggy first before having children.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, next. Pero dito sa house, yun, mga kids namin gusto nga magdadog. Eh. Pero ayaw ni
Na-approve na?
Rich.
Na-approve na ni mother?
Hindi pa approve ni mother. Dogs. Kasi
Wag
ayun
na.
nga eh, parang it's another kid, di ba?
Yeah. It is really.
It
It
is
is.
another kid.
Diba? Meron
But
mga dog hotels na, may dog hospital na. Diba? Meron
oo,
mga dog whisperer, dog trainer, mga sabihin
yeah,
nila, your dog is stressed, your dog has fears, your dog,
oo.
oh,
But more and more actually in like yung mga Zoom gatherings dito, mga kwentuhan lang ganyan. You know,
mm,
the dog topic usually na didiscuss na anong
yes,
dog or naghahanap ng mga dogs,
oo.
particular breed. So I think it's really trend that the pandemic really pushed, no?
But, yep, yeah.
All right. All right. Next. So this is alfresco dining. You wanted to know. I know that alfresco dining is in, no. Pero with all the vaccinations, do you think it will still go alfresco dining? What's happening in the U.S. on alfresco?
I think that it will prevail because they rediscovered dining out is also nice. It's very European, diba?
Yes. Oo nga.
Especially this country having four seasons, then they can enjoy the best of what the sunshine can do. Plus, sunshine is vitamin D,
Yes.
and you need
Oo.
it whether you've been vaccinated or not. It's a Now they realize sunshine is a good preventive, or it strengthens your immune system.
Oo. So
That,
what's happening now in the U.S.? Are the restaurants open for dine-in or is it
yes.
back to normal? What's happening?
Restaurants are open for dine in and also dine outside. They have like a cafe outside. People still do choose distancing of tables. So dito one table, the next one hindi, uh, every other table. Plus, when there was really a threat of a lockdown or takot yung mga tao to go inside restaurants, some restaurants rented parking lot space to put up
Ah,
to extend their tables. And some have kept doing that now. So ngayon with summer being here, even if it's kind of hot, in a place where there are trees or like a park, there are many alfresco situations happening now, dining and even picnicking. It's back.
oh, talaga. That's
Mm.
nice. Pero kayo naman, ikaw, personally, when you go out and that's also your preference or
Oo. Oo, andun na yung fresh air, eh. Tsaka ano, meron kang konting sun. Kailangan mo yun, eh. At saka a
Mhm.
rediscovering of nature, that's also connected to another trend, eh, discovering nature again.
Yes, oo. I think yan nga of course, now, especially here in Manila, when the restaurants are allowed to open, alfresco dining pa rin talaga ang requirement. Kasi before, di ba, bawal yung alfresco. If you go to a mall or you go to high street, pinagbabawalan nila yung alfresco. Hindi ko nga alam kung bakit eh. But I think the operators are forced to open up the alfresco areas, di ba? And more people were and we're talking to the chefs here nga and sabi nila wala alfresco talaga is the way to go. So they're
Yeah.
really opening alfresco places for them.
But how do they manage with the heat? Mainit yan ngayon.
Mainit. Oh, yun nga, yun lang mainit. Actually, sometimes it's better outside lang. May breeze naman eh. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
just pag inside yun minsan pag mainit, mainit talaga or kailangan mong i-increase yung yung air condition.
But
So,
that's
yes.
also, Anton, that's also tied up with not just alfresco, but traveling farther from
Oo,
the
yes.
metro, going, discovering new places in the rural areas. That's
Yeah.
still an extension of alfresco dining.
Yes. So actually yesterday, first time kami lumabas ni Rach. We went
Wow,
ha?
talaga?
First time namin lumabas after the second lockdown. And the only reason we're convinced to go out kasi nga we went to this farmer's table in
Hmm.
Tagaytay, no? Raintree opened in partnership with Nurture Wellness. It's a healthy pero masarap yung place by Chef Kalel. And
Hmm.
then
Well,
it's the Raintree Group. It's the first time the Raintree Group has a restaurant in Tagaytay. First time
yeah.
nila to venture out.
Okay.
Kasi mostly lahat sila BGC, di ba?
Mm-mm.
And yun. And so when you go there, naka-space naman yung mga table, it's high ceiling, al fresco, and then usually masarap yung food and healthy rin kasi it's beside the farm. So parang, you want to go out to nature, al fresco, eat safe, and I think that's really the way to go. Yun nga, maraming ang nagta-travel sa Tagaytay recently on weekends. But kami, we like to go on a weekday when there's not a lot of people.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
smart choice.
Oo. And I think that will be the tama ka, that will be the new normal and we'll see a lot more of this like destination dining outside the city, no? As we move forward.
We can try that up later with another trend, huh?
Oo. Okay, next. Okay. Ito medyo related.
Hmm.
And you said here, okay, sharing with you.
Ah,
Parang gardening kits in Pinterest. Maybe can you
yes.
tell us more about this?
It's another alfresco activity now. And tending your own garden, specifically food, I mean, fruit trees or vegetables. There's probably alam mo, you know what they call the primal fear? You know that, Anton? Primal fear is something
What
that
is it?
it is so basic, like hunger, death, very basic na it's inside you, but it's there, it's residential, you don't sometimes mind it, but it's still there. So like, okay, to explain that, when my dad was alive, sometimes we'd go to his den, nakakita ako ng canned goods sa ilalim ng kama, merong mga snacks na nakatago. And, "Dad, what's this?" And then, wala, gusto ko lang, parang ano. And then, somebody told me they were war-torn babies then, nung
Oo,
1950s.
yes.
And they always had this feeling that they have to keep some food. Parang gano'n pa rin, ano na, naging ano na nila, reflex or survival na very wala na sa consciousness nila pero andun pa rin sa primal. So, that was ano, even his sisters, his older ones who were there in the war talaga, nagtatago sila ng mga canned goods. So, something like that na, yeah, na you want to grow things, and it also gives you control. All right, you plant something, you expect it to grow. You
Oo.
water it, you fertilize it. So
I think
uh,
that's the ano no, that's a pandemic equivalent for our generation. You want to
yeah,
have a living
oo,
garden, no?
yes. Not only that, when sometimes when you plant something and it dies, you feel sad because there was a failure in your, probably in the way you nurtured something. So this feeling of nurturing, trying to see something grow, it's all about life, because life became more delicate, more fragile now more than ever. Diba? Don't you agree? So
Ah, galing
that's,
ah.
yeah, life in,
Interesting perspective, yeah.
oo, oo, yeah. And marami na ngayong naging introspective thoughts, because there's a lot of time that you see, you you try to absorb everything that's happening now, and it's getting, that's why I said spirituality will really happen in these hard times.
In this time, no.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and syempre in Manila it's called plantito plantita, 'di ba? But I wanted ang ganda ng perspective mo about yeah, nurturing a life, no. And you know,
Mas malalim eh, mas
mas
malalim
malalim,
yung
oo.
psyche about gardening, planting. It's part of survival and seeing things have life.
Okay. Nice. All right, next. So about homes,
Oo.
no? A lot of people are creating homes and you guys are moving homes also. What's happening with this home trend in the US? Alam ko daming bumibili ng bahay, nag-aayos ng bahay. So what's really happening? Maybe can you share?
If not buying houses, at least nagbabago ng furniture. If not buying furniture, binabago yung baro, binabago yung kulay. If not that, nagpipintura ng kwarto or changing the curtains. Change. They want a change. If they can't get out of that house, they want to change what's inside, redoing. Also, buying houses now, may isa pa yan eh, buying houses now, some because they work from home, right? One,
Yes.
they need a workspace, and not only that, they need a study space if they have kids who are on homeschool. So you really need to adjust. Now, let's say may studio ka, yung dati mong desk becomes a dining table, and then after you eat, it becomes your desk.
Oh,
So, within the confines of your box or your shell, you want to feel a home that is also useful for your work, especially, and for schooling or other social media. Kasi kaya nga important ngayon na every house really needs to be wired, because that's a new way of, that's a way of living already eh. Hindi na pwedeng wala eh. Hindi na pwede. You have to be
oo
wired
nga.
somehow.
Yeah.
Also, Anton, I forgot. Many people are now moving from metro, the busy, to the rurals. Why? As
Why?
long as long as their homes can be wired far away from the smog and the traffic and the violence and the crowd of the city, if they can work from home in the same do the same work in another environment, they prefer that. So people are now buying either another house or going farther away from the city. I think that's good for the Philippines, diba? Na
That's good.
decongested tayo. Like you, you're a new, you were one of the pioneers in where you are now, diba?
Oo, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We really moved to the south, no? But I think lately nga, yung when the restaurants are reopening, they were most of yung mga tao before na were working for the restaurants, they went home. Actually, a lot of people really went back home to the provinces, no?
Yep.
So, which is good. And sana lang nga, that could be sustained, no? There'll be opportunities in the South. So, tama ka, yung internet nga is a game changer for a lot of things, no? We had some friends who sila Poco Deli, di ba? Who moved their family to Coron, no? Because nga you can do your online schooling there, you can do
Mm-mm.
your marketing there. So, I think more and more a lot of people nga are doing that, no? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So old house but new look.
All the house but new look.
Feel
Oh.
you feel transformed or you feel transplanted for a while.
Oo. So yung house namin dito sa Laguna, yun nga, inayos din
Mm.
namin. Ginawa
Mm.
namin ng studio para for streaming and stuff. And at least you're closer to nature. Kaysa naman, let's say, if you're living in a condo in the city, di ba? Parang ang hirap din.
As long as,
Okay.
as long as you're wired, you can already stay anywhere and it's good. If your province is wired well, I'm sure more people will stay in the province now.
Oo.
Right? Ang
Yes.
mahal-mahal
And
ng city.
yes. And I'm in Laguna. You're in Houston. We're able to talk. Dati, kailangan pa natin mag-meet palagi somewhere.
Yes. Eyeball.
Yes. Eyeball. All right, next. Ang next natin is group singing. You have a comment on group singing concert. Hindi ba parang during the pandemic lang to? Would this continue to
Eh?
go even after the pandemic?
Oo,
Any point of view?
yeah, I think it will. Part of bonding yan eh. Like parang nagkaroon ng renaissance of reunion sa pagalingan ng mga reunion, how to do it, where to go, especially kayo, hindi pa kayo siguro in the senior moment stage, but when us at our age, we want to be together as much as possible, kung hindi virtual. And corny naman yung puro texting lang o kwentuhan. So I said, let's do an activity. And there's so many now, sororities, associations, they're all doing group singing. Either, hindi ganyang together ha, Zoom.
Zoom, via Zoom.
O
Oo.
may corny kaming gagawin nga yung class namin.
Ano? Anong gagawin nyo?
Kakanta kami ng kesera-sera.
Tapos?
Oh, grouping. May magsusunod.
Pero paano gagawin? So each one would do their own recording and then you mix it together, gano'n?
Pwede yun, but we don't have that tech, we're
Oo.
not like Anton. So,
So paano?
magzo-zoom lang kami. Let's say, ikaw, inassign kita sa when I was young, si ano naman, si ganito.
Pa isa-isa. Pa isa-isa.
Turn by turn. Sorry.
Oo.
Yan. So, bonding yan eh. Na, I see you, you're still alive, you're still around. You see me, I'm still here. And I like that. I don't like to see you, I don't like to know you're far away, but I don't see you. So now we're together. And
Galing ah. So, you are not just satisfied with the social media, ano lang, no, mga share lang or tag lang. You want
no, we
to
have
have
to
a
make
live
the most of it.
experience. Oo.
Yeah, 'di ba? And get the best connections you can with everybody, especially your loved ones. Kaya yung mga lola, lolo natutong mag-internet or mag-Zoom because of their apo,
Oo nga.
'di ba?
Siyempre.
Oo, wala silang ano, under the power of their apo sila ngayon eh. So, they have to learn
Uh,
how to Zoom.
yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. Okay, let's move on to the next. You said ito nga, it's a very controversial, hindi naman controversial, but can we see cancer being cured in our lifetime? What's happening in this space?
Okay. Okay, no controversies, but I think there was always a cure for cancer. It was just being withheld. Now, the latest is as of today, Bristol Myers is buying a cancer cure from, I don't know if it's from a pharmacy or what. I have to get the details again. But this is telling us that, hey, cancer, yeah, also on TV, you don't have to go to the hospital anymore to get your chemotherapy, di ba? Ganon. Mag-chemo ko, magre-radiation. No more. You just take a pill, and it tells them you can extend your life, have more breakfast, have more time with your family. That's how the ads go. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like they're not promising a cure, they're promising an extension. But now the news came out that this a big pharmaceutical company is buying a cure for cancer. I believe it's coming. Talaga. Pwede ba kung ano sa kagalingan nakakapunta sila sa Mars, walang cure ng cancer? Impossible.
Yeah. Tsaka I think with the developments with the mRNA, mga genome sequencing because of,
Oh,
all this
yeah.
pandemic, di ba?
Oh.
Ang next ano nila talaga is cancer eh. After coronavirus, I think the cancer is the next big thing, di
Well,
ba, in
mas
this
marami
space.
ng deadly disease ngayon which is psychological eh. Because marami na ngayong mga mental illnesses that they hindi mo masyadong halata, but it's under the radar, but it's there. And you
Oo.
don't know if that's a cause of stress, violence, suicide. Wala
Yeah.
eh.
Oo.
Mas mental na ngayon ng mga sakit. Yung mga physical, madali nang anuhin eh.
So anong ginagawa mo for mental health? Do you check up on your friends? This is a mental health awareness month, di ba?
Oh,
So,
really?
any
Okay.
tips? Yeah.
Check up on friends, smile, say you love them, even to your pets. Read the Bible, get the strength from there. Pray, have a prayer group. Go alfresco. I think all these strengths that we're talking about now are supplements to
Oo,
that
parang
kind
merging
of diet.
together.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the next. I think this one is about, of course, during the pandemic, there were a lot of home deliveries. No, there were a lot of home-based entrepreneurs. What's happening in the U.S. and what do you think happening, and which is actually applicable in the Philippines, but more importantly, after the vaccination and stuff, do you think this will continue?
It will.
And why?
It will kasi ano yan eh, tied up yan with with the deliveries, yung I mean yung mga Grab, yung mga ganon, tied up with the motorcycle which is the fastest way, 'di ba? Or the bicycle or the pajak, tied up with farm fresh, from farm to table. Lahat 'yan tied up 'yan eh. Nag-sink in. So um yes, it will stay, especially if your resources are your own from your own farm, and you have a good post harvest practice storage place, kasi sometimes ang galing-galing natin magtanim, ang galing-galing natin mag-harvest, tapos
Yes.
paano hindi maalagaan, hindi ma-store ng tama, gaya ng mga kamatis, inaalis yung a part of the leaves, that it the plants will stay longer if you keep a part of the stem or the leaves in it, diba? So
Oo.
kasi they still get nourishment from that.
Yeah.
So post harvest is really important for Filipinos to learn. Then from there, if you know how to take care of your resources, your fruits, your vegetables, even the meats, the storage, then this is going to stay. Plus, um, traffic was the traffic, for once, traffic created a good problem and a good business opportunity to so many. Dito also, um, more people use rental cars rather than buying their own. Maybe
Why?
basta't nagkaroon ng shortage ng cars because of rental cars. Siguro
Ah,
ayaw nilang mag-drive, feeling nila at saka ang sarap ng may driver. Tapos
oo,
it's not siguro budget is it not it's not anymore good to maintain too many cars unless you're solo,
oo.
'di ba? So, yun, transportation, you don't have to travel like okay, Walmart has an exclusive parking space just for people who will do pickups. They call, hey, I want this and that and that. This brand is possible. This so many grams. Please get me the salt that is a Himalayan salt. Get me the milk that is 2% fat. Ganon.
So
And
they accommodate that.
Anton, that is the business now. That is how what is that's almost about 30 to 40%
Wow.
sales of ano because people were not going inside but they would
Oo.
go to ang tawag na ngayon diyan 'di ba
Oo,
curbside
curbside.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So talaga I think it will stay with the length of the COVID pandemic na 2 years nagkaroon ng we inured into this new normal that's becoming normal now
Mhm.
becoming normal. Diba? That's why I'm
Oo.
saying try to go back because for all you know, maybe after I think a trend a trend like this can stay for 5 to 7 years. Try to go back to what it was before. So you don't forget how it was, di ba? You'll go to the grocery, kukunin mo yung cart, pupunuin mo ng ano mo, uuwi mo, ayusin mo. Ngayon, somebody will do your grocery, pupunta ka doon sa curbside, kukunin mo yung mga in-order mo, and uuwi ka. So,
Oo.
let's not forget how it was before and how it is now. Because for all you know, you might be going back sometime. Umiikot lang ang mundo eh. Umiikot.
Umiikot lang, yeah. Okay. Yeah, kasi Rach nga nasanay na sa online ano talaga, grocery, eh.
Yun.
And yun nga, curbside. Yeah, correct. All right, next. In terms of food, actually just related to that, have you seen any trend coming out of, in the new normal?
Dami. Marami.
Marami. Maybe we'll talk about this separately, no? Food.
Oo. Oo.
This is our
Yeah. Yeah. From
our
raw to frozen to processed to natural to organic to non-organic to uh, cure medically no foods that can cure you, hospital
mm,
food, food for the elderly, ano na, very very specified na, custom built na ang food natin.
ang mga food.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah. Also here, like if I were wanting to deliver food to neighbors or to sell food to fellow Filipinos or foreigner or whatever, if I wanted to sell food, I cannot just legally cook it in my house. We have to
Ah,
we have to be it has to be in a rented commissary. So commissaries are good business. They call it ghost kitchens, meaning it's not my kitchen. I went to a commissary and I did it there because it had the right uh, kitchen supplies, the right cleanliness, the right the specific requirements for preparing meat products or meat or food that you prepare.
mm,
So ghost kitchens now.
so ano yan, that will continue on.
Yes. Yes. Kasi rental is ano a necessary evil that you can also avoid. 'Di ba ngayon, there, if you have a place in Makati and you wanted 100 seating. Pero meron ka pang bakery, meron ka pang bar, 'di ba? So that will eat into the dining area. Ang mahal-mahal ng rental. So, some people they outsource. Outsourcing is part of that kind of commissary. Outsourcing the bakery products. Ang mahal-mahal pa naman ng mag-aano ka ng oven, di ba?
Mhm.
Training an oven. And
But do you think that will catch on in Manila?
yes, yes, because you know what? Real estate prices there are so high. Yung
Yeah, so
nakakatakot.
expensive.
Yeah, kaya nga nakikita mo ang daming na-victimize. They had to close because they cannot afford anymore to pay the rent. That per square meter masyadong mataas na.
Mm. And then it's not going down naman, di ba? It's not going down.
I don't know if it's a balloon. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Oo. Okay, that's good. Okay, maybe we'll talk about the food siguro in a
Yeah,
separate
marami yun eh.
discussion. Marami kasi yung food eh.
Mm-mm.
But so these are general lifestyle trends. Okay, next. Okay, you mentioned family portraits. I was really intrigued by your comments about family portraits, hard copies. So what's happening in this space?
I've noticed that people are going back to framing photos. I think it has to also do with the new, again, the primal concern about um what's gonna happen. Is it the end times? Are we going to die? Or um will we still be a complete family? May ganong fears because
Mm-mm.
ang dami ngayong nangyayari eh. So sometimes you try to project yourself into the situation. Now, printing photos again, because what you're holding is electronic. Now, sometimes you want to be by your bedside, you don't want to open this. You still want to see a photo. Babalik ka dun eh. Especially yung the old people. You cannot make them hold a cell phone for a long time or look for the picture pag may kailangan, 'di ba? Print your photos and give it to them. And
Oo.
especially more important now because so many families have are dislocate working abroad, children are studying abroad, or they have left the home, and especially the seniors. Now I was so happy na punong-puno yung aking phone ng photos, but you know, it's still it's so electronic. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
photo, pwede kong halikan yung picture. I can kiss it. I can sometimes, keep looking at it. Hindi yung ganon. I can see the face, a close up. I can look for it for a long time, and I feel a certain degree of a less degree of separation.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi yan ang ano natin so many degrees of separation. So for me, having a photo lessens the degree of separation from loved ones or from friends, especially yung mga classmates mo na tumatanda na, 'di ba?
Oo nga.
Yeah. And then we want to go back to printing our photos when we were in grade school. Those are very rare, black and white or sepia or brown and white.
Oo, grabe
Yung
yun.
may ano pa Anton, 'di ba may puti pa sa gilid. Tapos 'di ba may ganun-ganun pang may cut pa na gano'n.
Ah,
Treasures. Yeah. So,
nice.
yeah, seniors are going back to printing
Photos. Or
photos.
and I guess, yeah, those are good gifts during these times also, 'di ba? Printed
No, and not
printed
just
frame.
not just the people, but pets. Ang
Oo.
family picture minsan kasama yung picture ng pet.
Kasama na yung mga
Solo
pets.
siya, solo. Nakasama dun sa mga picture. Hindi yung andun lang siya na nasa floor. Hindi, may sarili siya talagang
Ay,
photo.
sarili siyang
Mm.
okay. This is related to the next trend, no? I think na mention mo to. Parang honoring your grandparents. Now, I have a specific question for you kasi you're in this generation, no? What do you guys how do you guys want to be honored in a sense? And at the same time, minsan kasi you cannot talk this to your parents, 'di ba? Kasi parang sabihin, oh, napaka-morbid mo naman, hindi pa naman ako mamamatay or something. So, maybe can you give us some guidance? What's happening with this honoring parents to your point of view and what's happening there?
Talaga namang ano 70. I have only about what? 15, 20 years to go? Come on, you enjoy my presence now. If we cannot, then call me more often. But I don't want a happy birthday, ma. That's it. And text. No.
Oo.
I want
Paano?
the way we related to our parents then. If we can have even let's say 80% of what how we were with our parents then, that would be really very very heartening. Yeah, kasi ngayon, life is so fragile and time is so how would you say that? Time is so unfriendly na you can't there's nobody can control time. Nobody can extend it. Nobody can shorten it as we please. And grandparents will not always be there. We won't
So
always.
what's the best way to relate in this online world, no?
Okay.
Kasi yun nga, usually it's like Viber lang or pag celebrations lang, 'di ba?
So when my mom died, I was able to bring some of her letters to me, and they're here with me in Houston, and I just read. So please write letters to your grandparents. Drawing, draw for
Mm.
them. If you're still young, then write or make a little craft. Don't make it very personal. And really, writing, that is such, kasi ngayon, ano na nag-extreme na masyado yung mga being wired.
Oo.
We wanna go back a little to backtrack a little. Give me hard copy photos. Give me your letters, handwritten. And or even if it's email, make it personal. So, uh, it's so sad that sometimes people we'll hear people say, "Ay, ito lang ang na-save ko dun sa mga letters ng mom ko." And sometimes you know, sometimes you go through the treasures of your mom. You might see your baby letter or yung grade school letter mo sa kanya na, "Ma, I love you." I still keep that in one of my wallets when Joey wrote me, "I love you, Ma," and there was a drawing. He was about 4 or 5 years old. I showed that to him. I said, Joey, tingnan mo, tinatago ko. That's the
Mhm.
value Value of life Value of time.
But does it matter yung ano, like when you do regular Zoom sessions or hindi naman masyado? It's more the personal like things that you want to receive.
Yeah, it's deeper. You gotta go deeper. Why is I love you, Ma, because do you remember the time when I was sick and dagdagan mo naman. Hindi yung I love you, period. Or Ma, I remember when you were cooking nilaga and I'm trying to do that now. Marami na ngayon You know, I see here Vietnamese families. Akay-akay nila yung matatanda nila in the
Oo.
supermarket. Because you don't confine them in a chair, or wheelchair, or a bed. They bring them out because they're not dumb. They're
Pero
still
hindi ba most people would bring you to a nursing home in the US?
You know what? Yes, but the nursing homes now are more home-like, not clinical. So,
What do you mean?
and then, well, nabibisita rin, binibisita. And dahil sa budget, at saka sometimes hindi covered ng insurance, andun na rin sila sa bahay kasama na. Yeah. So, dinadala na talaga, sinasama
Ah,
nila.
okay.
At saka
All
ano,
right.
usually 'pag wala na, if they cannot, be there, they give a pet to the old.
They give a pen to the
Yeah,
old ones. Okay din yun.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah. Sometimes nga yung mga pet mas mapagmahal pa, eh.
kaysa sa mga anak.
Oo, sa ibang anak.
Okay, let's move on. I think na-mention mo to, the US is a land of insurance policies, 'di ba?
Yes.
Anything happening on the insurance front, how it changed in the face of the pandemic?
Oh, yeah. Meron na ngayong ano, may mga nag-aano na ng COVID insurance, or what will happen if, you you get insured, tapos paano na nga ba yun? You get insured, you have to prove that you died of COVID. May mga policies na gano'n that are coming out. New schemes of insurance. Even, like, okay, in my cozy meal, when a client who booked our dinner will come to the house, the house is insured, the client is insured, I'm insured, within the distance of the kitchen and the dining, where the event will happen. It's ganun ka specific. Hindi
Ah,
yung
talaga?
your house is insured. Hindi. They're very, very specific now. Detail specific. I don't know how to say that. But here, everything will say, oh, I'm insured, ha? Kaya ano, kasi, oy, pag wala kang insurance, ano, susunod, idemanda ka. You might get sued. That's always
Ah,
that. If I don't insure, I might get sued. If I get insured, I won't get sued. That's if then. Yan. So marami na ngayon ibang schemes about insurance. Like even uh because there's so many insurance companies, like even if let's say you want to insure your phone, 'di ba? Meron na ngayon insurance against losses.
oo.
Your phone, meron na ngayon insurance against loss of content. Marami. Marami na. They go deeper and deeper into what they can make money out of, insurance policies.
But are there specific for ano, mga for the elderly na mga bagong policies?
Ah, hindi kasi ako believe masyado sa maraming insurance, so I don't know. Maybe I can research and I'll let you know, Anton.
Okay. Okay, let's move on. Siguro two more things, no.
Okay.
Um Actually na-mention mo na to, end times. Are there a lot of discussion on the end
Yes.
times nga in a
Yes.
post-pandemic world? And then napansin ko in the US, ang daming mga UFO, they continue to
Yes.
feature UFO, pero mga grainy pa rin palagi lahat ng mga video. So what's up with all this, what's happening in the US?
No, yesterday there was another report, a UFO was seen. Do you Let me turn the table. Do you believe in UFOs and aliens, Anton?
Ako, yeah, I think baka
Yeah.
totoong merong other creatures. Yeah. And we
Yeah.
might see our first contact in our lifetime. Let's see.
Yeah. I believe so, or andyan na, nakatago pa lang. But end times now, okay, religions, all kinds, are probably associating COVID, and because it's a worldwide, it's pandemic, and it's causing violence and death, and the shortage of vaccines, all these things, attuned to what the Bible says, or I guess, I don't know if the Quran says that, pero may parallelism din naman sila, eh. So, end times, like, they're trying to associate the signs of the times with what they're reading from the Bible, the politics of America, the planets changing, the moon. Ngayon magkakaroon ng the blood moon, 'di ba?
Oo,
Um,
yung blood moon.
yeah.
Yes.
And then sometimes, the merong mga ano 'yun, when eclipse, eclipse, Or sometimes this planet will be seen so bright. Oh, tayo, wow, thrilled. But I keep asking, is this an omen? Because I believe that God, who created the universe, just this universe and other universes, um, gives us signs as he's the same now and tomorrow and forever. So when how he was with the Israelites then in the Old Testament, he will also be sending signs, and we just have to have this the Holy Spirit guidance and discretion to know. And you can only do that if you have the Bible with you and you read. Kasi ngayon, wars and rumors of wars. Andiyan
Oo,
na.
'di ba? Sa
Oo,
Israel, yeah,
marami. In China.
in
China.
China.
Mm.
Oh,
And then
okay.
even about human organs being replaced with plastic organs. Marami. And the sun and the moon changing. The weather condition.
Mhm.
Earthquake. Global warming. Marami na eh. So, even if somebody will want to, hindi, that's ano, a cyclical. Sure, it's cyclical. Maybe the world will not crumble, but this age might end. Okay, last comment on that. Um, my cousin's daughter, son-in-law, the father is a geologist from Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, sorry, Luxembourg, and he said the reaction of the planet to global warming is not warming. It's going to be the ice age. There's going to be either a mini ice age or an ice age. So,
Oh, 'di
yeah,
ba? Na parang nangyari 'yan sa Texas, 'di ba? Tama ba?
yeah, yeah.
Karon
And
ng snow.
siguro na ganun pa rin, marami pang magiging ganung eventualities.
Oo,
The
eventualities.
icebergs are melting. Pero ang reaction is magkakaroon ng ice age.
Yeah, wow, that's scary actually.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, let's end this discussion. Thank you for sharing a lot of this
Okay.
insights. With careers, no? Careers. There will be new careers, 'di ba? That
Yeah.
will be born out of this pandemic. And what do you think are the new careers that
Okay.
people
I
should
would
look into?
if you were a multi-trillionaire and you don't want you there are these guys who are already volunteering to go to planet Mars, right? Building their own spaceships. Some
Yes, the Mars.
already, yeah, di ba? I, I, I don't hindi ko memorize yung mga names nila, pero they're building spaceships now. So aeronautics is um, a new technology career that people can get into
Oo
because
nga.
oo. And well, I don't know if Tesla would be involved, but Tesla already is a big name, 'di ba? With the
Yeah.
electric cars and all. And ngayon nakaland na sila sa Mars. Is that Mars?
This is Mars, yeah.
Yeah, see? Nauna lang ng konti ang US tapos China andiyan na. So
Yeah.
marami na. Mamaya they can just build a bubble where people can live. And of course, the very, very rich ones will be the first ones to live there,
Yeah.
fashionably, I guess, diba?
Yeah.
So aeronautics and robotics, these are new technologies. If our kids or the generation, anong generation na ba to? Yung the generation that's now born, technically born savvy with robotics, they'll be the ones who will be doing all this aeronautics technology, robotics, space travel.
Mhm.
There's also one on um, genetic engineering,
Yes, oo, biogenomics is a big thing, no?
biogenomics. Yeah, yes. So these are new technologies and careers that, and they pay high. They pay
Oo.
high.
Pero if you're in Manila, it's kind of hard to get into those things, no?
But we have brilliant Filipinos, young. They should be given the chance.
The
They
chance. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or maybe entry level lang. entry level. So, if there are universities who tama na yung mga commerce kasi yung commerce, yung gano'n nagagawa na ng computer 'yan, eh.
Oo, nagagawa na.
Kahit ano, mag-welding lang, mag-welding o kaya mag-connect ng from one machine to another. Very specific lang naman, eh. They cannot build an airplane, they can build a part of a machine of the airplane. Gano'n na ngayon. So, hey, what do you do? I'm a I'm a connector of A to B in this C and D, etc., etc. Ganun na ngayon ang kanilang specific job. And
Pero what do you think on the food front naman, the chefs, the restaurateurs, what will happen in that space? Are there new careers on that front?
good question. Right now we are still crazy online, di ba?
Mm.
Nakita mo na ba yung creating food? Yung creating uh, fake real food? Yung
Yeah, mga 3D printing food, ganun ba?
yeah, maybe parang combining medicine with food and all. It's
Ah,
not really parang it's wait, when we talk about food in the next topic,
oo,
we can
pag-usapan natin 'yan.
yeah, probably do that. But right now, I cannot. I
Oo.
cannot.
Pero yung ah, na-mention mo 'to sa akin last time we were talking, preparing for this episode, yung video editing skills, 'di ba? A lot of people have, you know, a lot of videos being edited already, and getting into that like digital skills would be
Yeah.
beneficial in the new normal.
Oh yes, kaya na ng mga kids ngayon eh, 'di ba? The computers enable them to do it with very easy instructions. Parang they're inborn to understand such a language. So if ever it comes into food, it probably will be visual tech and online tech, um, and medical also, because people get sick or people get well with food.
Oo. Yes. And I think that's a big topic nga, longevity, 'di ba? It's a big topic, like getting into 100 years old. Do you believe in that ba, or
Well, the oldest people are from Japan, a lot of and also Bavaria because of their yogurt. Japan because of the food that they eat. It's so pure and simple. Of
mhm.
course, hindi lang 100, meron nga 110 eh.
Oo, 'di ba?
So, tatagal pa.
Ka tatagal.
100. Hmm.
All right. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
your insights.
For
Really interesting, and I know this is a topic that's more lifestyle, and I do hope people watching it on the replay, and those watching on the live stream, thank you for joining us, and thank you, Nancy.
yeah, don't take it just on face value, but go deeper into probing, like all these trends that are coming up and relate it to your situation now, and also to how it was before, so that you'll know how to get to it now. Thank you
Mm.
very much.
Yeah, but what I like about our discussion is yung getting into deeper meaning. Eh.
Yes.
I think that really resonated with me on
Yeah.
not only for sharing it with your parents, kasi nga
Mhm.
I think we need to do more of that, but also showing our kids, no, para pag kami naman yung matanda na, they have a model that they can follow at
That's
least.
true. That's true. Yeah.
uh,
Okay.
all right.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you so much, and maraming salamat. Bye-bye.